Hello Scorpio, Turquoise Tarot here with your reading for March 2017. I hope you're all doing well. Just a couple quick announcements. This month marks a year that I've been on YouTube, so I want to say thank you to all of you who have liked, shared, subscribed, and commented. Thank you for all the positive encouragement and feedback. And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome, and I hope that you will subscribe and that you enjoy the videos. Now, I am offering a special right now, so for anyone requesting a private reading, a 20-minute reading, I'm going to be adding an additional 15 minutes to that 20-minute reading for free. So you can use that time to either ask an additional question or to allow me to elaborate further on your initial question. With my 40-minute readings, I'm offering an additional 10 minutes for free. Same scenario applies. You can use that to ask an additional question, or I can use that to elaborate further on the questions you already presented. You can find information on requesting a private reading on my website, and I'm going to post my website link in the information box below this video. For those of you interested in donating to the channel, which is always greatly appreciated, I will post that link below as well. And if you'd like to just contact me and ask some questions, I'm going to provide my email address below. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and start with your reading for March. Now, this first spread that I'm doing is going to be looking at what the general messages are and general energies are for Scorpio for the month of March. And then I'll be doing a love spread for couples and singles. So let's see what the general messages are for Scorpio for March. We have Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Cups, Page of Swords, the Hanged Man, the Devil, Knight of Rods, King of Swords, Three of Cups, Nine of Rods, and at the bottom of the deck we have Strength. So my dear lovely Scorpios, there's a change going on this month. We see, this Wheel of Fortune, it can represent upturns if we've been going through a really negative time, or it can represent a downturn if things have been going rather well. With life, there's always an ebb and flow. So I see that in the month of March, there may be something here that requires a sacrifice on your part, with the Hanged Man being below the Wheel of Fortune. And what it's saying here is you need to have the mindset of like the King of Swords. The King of Swords is someone who he uses his mind. He's very analytical. He's very much about the facts. He doesn't allow emotion to make or determine decisions for him. His emotions he kind of keeps tucked away. When he's dealing with business, or when he's dealing with money or finances, and even in relationships, he's very much looking at what are the facts of this situation and what do I know for certain, and what determinations can I make based off the knowledge I have. So because you have this mindset in the month of March, you're understanding that something needs to be let go of or released in order for you to find peace, in order for you to move ahead, or in order for you to, I want to say, restore balance in your life. In the center of the reading, with the 9-card spread, I like to look at the center card, because the center card is really the overall message here. What is the central message to the reading? And then the cards surrounding it basically tell a story about what this central card is depicting. The center card, being that of the Devil, obviously says something about a toxic situation, a relationship, maybe an addiction that you're dealing with. I kind of see this as some of you are tempted to step out of your relationship and possibly get involved with a third party or introduce a third party into your life when you already are involved with someone else. And I think this may be because you may be seeing your relationship with a more clearer mindset, or you're seeing it in a more objective point of view with the King of Swords. And I think there may be something lacking in your relationship that you're going to be possibly seeking elsewhere. Now, is that the right thing to do? Possibly not, right? But I'm not here to judge. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing in the cards. One thing you do want to be aware of is that I think you're communicating your interest in a third party. And there's a possibility that someone is going to make your partner aware that this is happening. So you want to be careful if that's something you're considering. I kind of feel like this relationship that you're presently in, you know it's a toxic situation, you know it's not healthy, and you feel trapped because the people in the Devil's card, we see they're bound to the devil. But if you look closely, the excuse me, the chains that are around their necks, they're very loose. So at any point, these two individuals could remove themselves. However, there's some negative thinking or some control factor here that makes these individuals feel as though they can't forge ahead or they can't move away from this toxic relationship or this toxic situation. And the Nine of Wands here is looking up at the Devil card. So I feel like you're very on guard and defensive about this relationship. In other words, you feel wounded. You feel wounded, and at the same time, you don't know if you have the strength to really face the reality of this situation and make the necessary changes that need to be made in order for you to find happiness. I think with the Knight of Wands here facing the Devil card, some of you may have rushed into a situation that caused this toxic relationship, or it doesn't have to be a relationship per se, but I'm seeing relationship because we have the Knight of Cups above the Devil card. So I feel like you're offering your love, or you're offering some type of emotional connection to somebody, and whoever this is, I think they may run and tell your partner that this is going on, because I don't see them being a very emotionally mature person. And this puts you on guard about that second, party, or third party, I should say. And it also may put your partner on guard about you. So the Strength card here is the overall energy, is a reminder that you have the inner strength to overcome this situation. Whether that means leaving a toxic situation or relationship, maybe your partner has an addiction problem, maybe they have an alcohol problem, maybe that's what's impacting the relationship and forcing you to think of finding love elsewhere. But whatever the situation is, it's not a healthy one. And the card Strength is reminding you that you have what it takes to remove yourself from this toxic situation and to find your ultimate happiness, okay? So let me take these Gypsy Oracle cards, and I'm going to look at this more in depth, see if we can get additional messages here. Remember, this is a general reading, so not all messages will or may apply. So if you'd like a more specific look at what's going on in your situation particularly, please feel free to contact me regarding a private reading, and I will be happy to provide you with one. So let me look at this Devil card and let's see what it says. Yeah, I think some of you are wanting to put an end, and it's like you, with the Doctor card here, it's like you're wanting to heal Maybe in the past you've wanted to heal and work on this relationship. However, with the misfortune card, this is like the Tower in the Rider-Waite deck. So this is like an abrupt ending that we didn't see coming, and a definite ending because we have the Death card here. Okay? This can also be, because Death represents Scorpio, it could be you're ending this relationship abruptly because you're tired of you know, the toxicity. I have to say, with I think it's been the last, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 months I've been doing readings for Scorpio, the general readings. I've been getting this kind of repetitive message of needing to end a toxic situation or a toxic relationship. So from the feedback I've gotten, if you've already ended that relationship but you're still emotionally attached to that ex, this is like an indicator you need to let it go. You have the strength to let it go. I know it's very hard for Scorpios because we don't let shit go. We just don't. It's very hard. I know that. I have a Scorpio moon. I have about 4 or 5 other planets in Scorpio, so I totally get it. I believe me, I get it. But there comes a time when you can't find happiness in your own life unless you let it go. You don't always have to get the last word, or you don't always have to retaliate. Believe me, I know. I'm like I said, I'm not saying all of us are doing that or are in that place. This is a general reading, but for some of you, this is, you're still in that relationship and you're watching these readings, but you're not putting an end to it. You know it's unhealthy. Maybe you know your partner's cheating, but maybe you're afraid to leave. Maybe you don't think you have what it takes to leave. Maybe financially, emotionally, whatever. The Strength card's reminding you that you do. You do. You need to trust yourself. Let me look at, let's see here. I want to look actually at this Knight of Wands, because this is like a rush energy, and it's rushing out of passion, out of hostility, out of aggression. It's like I'm rushing because I'm angry. I'm making this decision because I'm angry. I'm making this decision because I don't know. I'm you know, fired up about it. So yeah, you're fired up about, look, you're the sweetheart here, or this is your partner who's the sweetheart. And here we have the side card of leaving a situation, leaving a love. The red rose represents love. The boat has her lover and he's leaving, saying goodbye. And then we have love here. So it's like, I feel like you're fired up about ending this relationship, calling it quits because things aren't working out, but at the same time, you're not doing it. It's like you're not physically doing it. At this point in the relationship, if you're coming up as the King of Swords, you've removed all emotion out of this situation. I don't see love other than the Knight of Cups here. And I see the Knight of Cups as someone in the partnership is offering their love to someone else outside of the relationship. So if you're looking outside of the relationship, or your partner is looking outside of the relationship, what is there to remedy? Can you really fix it? If it's a toxic situation with the Devil card in the center here, why do you want to be there? Right? Let's look at the Three of Cups. Some of you are wanting marriage. You're wanting more of a commitment from your partner. This card, the Fortune card, I have to say with this, is coming up as hopeful or wishful thinking. You're hoping and wishing for this turn in events. However, we have the Enemy card here. And this is telling me there's someone else in the picture that maybe you're not aware of. You see this enemy, this guy, he's looking, he's watching, he's observing this person in the distance. It's almost like someone, I think you or your partner is considering stepping outside the relationship because they got their eye on someone. Meanwhile, the other person in the relationship is like, when am I going to get a commitment? When am I going to get that ring? When are things going to go in the direction I want it to go in? But you have to admit that this isn't a healthy relationship. Getting a ring and getting married isn't going to resolve anything. So I'm sorry, guys. I know that this was meant more of a general reading, but that's the message that's coming through here. So let me look at what's going on for single Scorpios for the month of March. We have the Six of Swords, Eight of Cups, Three of Cups, Hierophant, Eight of Swords, Death card, that's just your energy here, King of Swords again, Five of Cups, and the Magician. The bottom of the deck, overall energy I have is the Seven of Pentacles. So what this is telling me, Scorpio, is if you're single, I think you're looking back and you're thinking about an ex-partner, okay? And I think there's still some sadness about the ending of that relationship. Possibly you're hearing news that this person has moved on, and it's bringing back those old feelings again, and it's reminding you, you know, of what you had and why didn't it work out. And I kind of feel like you're blaming yourself in a sense, but also it's like you're carrying yourself right back to that moment when you were together. And the Magician here is reminding you that basically you're in control of your life and your destiny. You don't have to relive this. If it ended, there was a reason for it ending. The King of Swords, again, in the same position as it was in the last reading. It's so interesting. But he's basically saying you need to be more objective about this and not be caught up in emotions and reliving what was. Okay? You need to let it go. You need to have faith that things will turn out for you and that you will find someone that's more suitable. Another thing I'm seeing here is some of you are talking about moving maybe in with friends, finding roommates, okay? I see you moving possibly closer to water or even overseas, possibly to get away from an ex-partner. The beautiful thing about this spread is you're coming up as the Magician. And the Magician has power. You know, he has all the tools at his disposal to manifest and create whatever he wants. And he's pointing his hand above and below, so as to say, so as above, so below. Whatever you wish for, whatever you dream of, whatever you pray for, believe and have faith that it will come. It will be what it is you want it to be. Ultimately, you're in control of your life and your destiny. And if you want to move and if you want change in regards to love and romance, then you have to be not only proactive in trying to visualize it, but also proactive in actively seeking it and creating it, looking for those opportunities, networking, talking to your peers. There's just I just feel like you're still caught up on somebody that's already left or gone. And there's a need to release yourself from that and let it go. Somebody from the past is still very heavily on your mind. And there's a need to release yourself from that so that you can move ahead and you can find happiness. You know, this row right here as the future row It's saying happiness can be yours, but you have to make it happen. Okay? Oh, excuse me. Dropped a card here. Just a second here. See if I can grab this. All right, there we go. Let's look at the Five of Cups here. So we have message, then we have surprise, and then we have the Soldier. I think you're getting a message that your partner maybe has moved on. That's what I got when I first put that card there. I really feel like maybe you're hearing news that your partner has moved on and moved ahead. And this is what's causing your sadness. Okay? Let me look at the Three of Cups. So for those of you where your partner is moving ahead and dating or has met somebody new, they're coming up as the foe here. And then we have a room which talks about intimacy and secrets. So maybe they've kept this a partnership a secret from you. Somebody's coming in, a friend or somebody who's maybe, you know, in the middle of the situation, coming in and telling you that this is going on. And it's causing you some grief. Let me look at the Seven of Pentacles here. I think maybe you thought that if you worked harder on this relationship, or you worked harder, I should say, on this relationship, or your partner did, you could have had a strong, stable relationship with the Faithfulness card. But there's sorrow about it ending. There's still sorrow about it. But the Seven of Pentacles, this guy's looking in the past. So you gotta move on from what you've already built with this person in the past and look at what's in front of you and what opportunity is there for you in love and finding new love. Let me look at the Magician here. Look, it's saying you can manifest the love you want, but you need to heal first. We have the Sweetheart and the Lover. New love, real love can be yours, but you have to heal first. So you need to work on that first, Scorpio. Get over this ex so that you can find true happiness, okay? Okay, finally, let me look at what's going on for my coupled Scorpios. Cards don't want to shuffle. Come on, cards. Okay, we have again the King of Swords, Eight of Swords, the Lovers, Knight of Pentacles, Four of Rods, Five of Rods, King of Cups, which is you, the Sun card, Three of Rods. At the bottom of the deck we have the Ten of Cups. That's beautiful. Okay, so coupled Scorpios. I think one of you is very focused on money, okay, with the King of Swords and then the Knight of Pentacles beneath it. You're trying to look for opportunities to maybe advance or make more money, and better ways to invest financially. I think some of you are focused on a child, or you're focused on maybe a child you're planning for a birth, and you're talking about buying a home or moving home. So one of you is really focused on money, focused on buying a home, saving or investing for a home. But there's some feeling trapped or feeling mentally like, I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this. I'm not sure how I can make this happen. I think this decision, because the Lover's card depicts a decision, I think this decision where you're talking about money, you're talking about moving home, there's some conflict with you and your partner about how this is going to be resolved. And I think you have maybe opposing views as to how you want to resolve this situation. Ultimately, you both want a happy home, you both want a happy life, you both want all your cups filled, right? This is emotional, financial, spiritual, everything coming together. We have our home, we have our children, we're happy, we're settled. So I think you both want that. But there's some conflict about how are we going to get there, because money's tight. So there's conflict maybe about how to make that money, materialize that money, how to invest that money appropriately, maybe even arguments about what type of property to buy, or if you should rent or buy. The Three of Wands here tells me as the outcome card that whatever you decide, you both are going to find some resolution. And I think that you both are looking at what are the long-term effects of this decision. I think you both want to sit down and talk about whatever decision we make, what are the long-term ramifications of that decision? What are the pros and cons? Let's weigh it out. What are some potential pitfalls that we may face? That's something that I think either you or your partner, whoever is whatever your opposing views are, I think it's because you have different ideas of what you want for long term. So you need to sit down and discuss that and make these decisions together. What's beautiful is with the Lover's card, unlike the Devil card, the Lovers in this card, their eyes are wide open, they're not chained, they have freedom. There's a beautiful angel blessing this situation. So it's like, look, we both have a right to speak our mind, to say what we want, to say what we need, and we respect each other's opinions and our wants and our desires. So the key here is to communicate effectively with your partner. One of you is emotional, and the other one is very like the King of Swords, very analytical, very much about the facts and the numbers, and this is the way it is. So you can be dealing with an air sign too. Your partner may be an air sign, so that may be a Gemini, Aquarius, or a Libra. But if not, they're just someone who's very much in their head and very much like organizing and analyzing, how are we going to do this? Whereas you're more emotionally based because you're thinking about a child, or you're thinking about your children, or you're thinking about having a child and what kind of environment you want to live in. Okay? So let me take these Gypsy Oracle cards and I'll look at this more in depth. I want to look at the Five of Rods. Okay, so in the Five of Rods, we have hope, we have pleasure seekers, and then we have the priest. And I think that these three cards are basically saying that there is hope out of the midst of this conflict. There is hope and resolution. Try not to only think of it from your point of view or from what your desires are,